So you can see if I wanted to warp it and then transpose it down and then go back to the kick. So you can see now it's now C sharp. So that is the quickest way to test what key your kick is currently tuned in. So we're going to be working in F sharp. Might as well. Let's just stick with the key of the kick. It makes it a lot easier. F sharp's a pretty good key to work in, I find. And I believe we're good for the kick because now we can just kind of move on and layer in some things. Let's go ahead and make a little gap right here just for the fill. And then let's just duplicate you out. Now we can add in what I like to call like a kick enhancer. Let's go ahead and duplicate you. And then let's make you a group and then call you kick. Now keep in mind, it's always good to keep everything organized when you're working here. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. And then let's call this top kick. And then let's call this main kick. Okay, so the idea here is I want to add a transient assistant to this kick. This will help out if your kick is getting kind of lost in the mix. We don't know that yet because we haven't really constructed anything else in the track yet. But to kind of just work ahead of schedule and kind of assume that that might be necessary, let's go ahead and just make one anyways for the sake of teaching here. So just simply shorten it like so. And then we're going to add a compressor on here. Sorry, there we go. Dynamics, compressor, and then we're just gonna squeeze it pretty hard. Let's put the ratio up, and then let's go ahead and duplicate you out. We gotta erase all you guys. Okay. And this is going to be our main section all set. Let's remove this guy. We don't need you. On the fill section, I think we got most of them. Okay. And then you want to make sure that you see how, especially when you're working with loop files, like this is a loop file versus a single one shot. You can see how right there, you can still see that little bit start of the kick right there. And then you zoom in and then it's harder to see once you do it. You're going to hear a click most likely here. Yeah, so you can hear it right there. You always want to make sure that's faded out, obviously, to not hear any artifacts in the mix. And always make sure you do that on every single one here. Now, if you wanted to use a MIDI track for this kick, it's a lot easier sometimes to adjust because it adjusts all the MIDI notes at once. But we're just going to lay out the kick as the waveform here. It's an easier way to do it for me right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and solo this. Now I want to EQ all the low end out of that. And then I want to go ahead and we'll bring the threshold back here. hear how it sounds together. And then without it. And then with it. So you could hear how it adds a little bit of a transient or a punchier kick. We don't want, obviously, it to be that dominant, so I'm going to bring down the gain here. And we can get some phasing issues too sometimes if you have it exactly aligned. I mean, as far as like having it exactly the same on top of each other. So I have to EQ out a little bit of the more low end. So you hear all of the low ends coming from here, and then only that little pop to give the transient little assistance is coming from up here.